I have no idea. I don't know how to do my own, but I don't know how to do yours. And then it has to be voice.
Yeah, well, they have the voice off.
Yeah, I know.
They control the voice.
Okay,
Right now, it's just video. You're videoing it.
okay. There's Anna. Moving her over. There's Ruben Plata. Karen, I don't know her. Gilbert's in his office. Recording. Number chat is on number 1. I may not have to say anything. I'm hoping I don't have to say anything.
Not if you're muted.
No, but
If not, I can do it. No problem.
It's 4:30, so I would like to call the May 24th, 2021 meeting to order. And I'm calling for agenda item invocation and pledge of allegiance. And I'm going to ask Mr. Pettis to lead us in the prayer and the pledge of allegiance. Pettis, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you, and thank you everyone for being here. If I can ask everybody to please stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Dear Lord, we ask your presence as we come together and make decisions for our community. As we approach Memorial Day, we pray for those who have courageously laid down their lives for the cause of freedom. May the examples of their sacrifice inspire in us the selfless love of your Son. Bless the families of our fallen troops and fill their lives with your strength and peace. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Ms. Carrillo, can we establish quorum?
Yes, Mayor, we do have quorum. We've got Councilman Plata. Councilman Plata is on Zoom. All
Yes.
other council members are present.
Let me, then, Mr. Plata, can you hear us?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Plata. Appreciate it. Call for the presentations, and I'm going to call for item number 1, Ms. Carrillo and the Brown family. You all have the floor.
Mayor, if I may, I believe we're still pending some of the Brown family, so I can do the next item if you so wish.
Do we
Item
have,
number 2.
do we have them present, the second item?
She is on Zoom.
Okay. Maxie, as using my discretionary powers, I'm going to go to agenda item number 2 on presentations. And Ms. Carrillo, you have the floor.
Mayor, I know that we've got Maxie Lou on Zoom. I don't know if we can show her on the screen, as this is something really special for us here in the city. The proclamation reads as follows.
Let's see if, can we show her? Okay, so we can parade her with the public because she's a great lady. There she is.
She is.
Double click on
Fixing her hair. Mhm. The second one. Oh, okay, you can leave them off. She's
Mayor-
wearing the blue shirt.
Mayor Council, the proclamation reads as follows. Whereas Maxi Lou Link has been a part of the Upper Valley Art League for 28 years and served as president for 15. When she was offered the Kika de la Garza building in 2005, she jumped at the chance to bring the organization from McAllen to the city of Mission. And whereas under her leadership, the Upper Valley Art League thrived and expanded several times. Whereas known as an unstoppable dynamo, her smile uplifts, encourages, and makes it possible to see her view the beautiful things art can bring to an area. The art communities from Mission, McAllen, Edinburgh, and many national and international artists and galleries know her face, smile, and determination to make art a part of our lives. Whereas look behind the creation of the beautiful bronze sculptures that we have here at our city, La Lomita Mission, former Mayor Norberto Beto Salinas, and Eligio Kika de la Garza II, to name a few, you see Maxi Lou's hands in these creations. Whereas her latest project in the city of Mission are the incredible butterfly sculptures, which enhance the city landscape and beyond. In 2014, Maxi Lou told her daughter, I have one more project to complete, so I better get going. It's 2021 and the community has over 40 uniquely different butterflies for all residents, winter Texans, and tourists to enjoy for a photo shoot. She gets things done and is quick to say, I don't ever do this alone. There are so many fine, dedicated volunteer artists helping all the time. Whereas Maxi Lou has relocated to be with her Austin family, who are thrilled to have her close for more regular visits, family celebrations, and to learn from her many talents and wisdom, especially her great-granddaughters, which are both budding artists themselves. Now, therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Mission, do hereby extend our gratitude and appreciation to Maxi Lou Link, who is also known as City of Mission's 2018 First Lady and City of Mission's 2013 Woman of the Year, for her dedication in enriching the City of Mission by offering the community a place to learn, grow, and appreciate different kinds of art. Proclaimed on this, the 24th day of May, 2021.
The chair
Second.
accepts your motion, Ms. Garza, and second, Ms. Ortega. And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have a 5-0 proclamation, ma'am. Congratulations and your honor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love Mission. I miss Mission already.
Well, we miss you also, you know.
Thank you so much to all of you.
Have you made arrangements and proclamation?
I will be mailing it to her.
To be delivered to you, ma'am. So it's, you have your official proclamation signed by the council.
Okay, thank you so much. Love
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Mr. Brown, you ready?
Well, Mr. Mayor, I got 3 teenage daughters.
Brown, I want to-
Yeah, they're about 2 minutes away.
I think we can save your life and we'll move over to item number 3, okay? Ms. Longoria, you have the floor, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mayor and council members. The proclamation this afternoon that I will be reading is the Homeownership Month, and it reads as follows. Whereas homeownership strengthens families, stabilizes neighborhoods, builds community, and promotes personal well-being. And whereas homeownership fosters economic prosperity for families and communities and generates economic growth. And whereas Affordable Homes of South Texas Incorporated is a nonprofit organization established since June 28, 1976, and thus celebrating its 45th year of providing affordable housing opportunities for residents in our communities. And whereas the City of Mission Community Development Department and Affordable Homes of South Texas Incorporated have partnered on the annual Home Buyers Fair this year, representing the 23rd annual event to be held virtually on June 5th, and Mission's first annual New Neighbor Fair to be held at the Mission Event Center on July the 10th to provide valuable information on how to purchase a home. And whereas Affordable Homes of South Texas Incorporated and the City of Mission are actively increasing homeownership opportunities for the people of Mission through successful efforts of public and private partnerships. And whereas the City of Mission is a strong supporter of Affordable Homes of South Texas Incorporated and efforts to increase homeownership rates in Mission, and now therefore we, the City Council of the City of Mission, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of June as Homeownership Month, proclaimed on this, the 24th day of May 2021.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion. Do I hear, we hear a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0 is the proclamation. And Mr. Perez, you have the proclamation to present to Ms. Longoria.
I also have, Mr. Carrillo, Robert Carrillo, Executive Director, was unable to attend this meeting due to a prior commitment, but he does have an assistant, Cynthia Torres,
Ms. Torres,
on Zoom.
on Zoom?
I don't know if you
Okay.
want
If you're on Zoom, can we identify her, please? And
Joanne.
yes, I see.
Yes, oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm asking her to unmute her.
Ms. Torres, if you could hear me, if you could unmute yourself so we could hear you and be able to. Okay, so I guess we can proceed with and you will officially deliver on behalf of the mayor and council.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Longoria. And thank you, Ms. Torres, if you can hear me. And thank Mr. Calvillo also. Now we're ready for presentation number 1. Ms. Carrillo, you have the floor, ma'am, and take the necessary time that you need to honor Mr. Brown.
Mayor, Council, we do have Timothy Brown with us here today.
Will you please step up so the community can see you, just in case they don't know you, you know?
And Mayor, I would like to let you know that after the proclamation is read, Mr. Brown is going to be officially sworn in to the Texas Funeral Commission, and the swearing in will be done by Judge J.J. Bella, who is present with us today.
Welcome, Judge.
The proclamation, Mayor, reads as follows. Whereas Timothy Brown, funeral director with Rick Brown Family Funeral Home, was appointed to the Texas Funeral Service Commission by Governor Greg Abbott on April 29, 2021. Whereas the mission of the Texas Funeral Service Commission is to protect the public from deceptive practices in the funeral and death care industry through a process of impartial enforcement, inspection, licensing, and education in order to guarantee every citizen's final disposition is conducted professionally and ethically. Whereas Tim Brown was chosen out of thousands of candidates to serve on the Texas Funeral Service Commission, having received his certification from the Dallas Institute of Funeral Services. Whereas Tim is a 1995 graduate of Mission High School and a 1996 graduate of Dallas Institute of Funeral Services. Whereas he is the manager and funeral director of Rick Brown Family Funeral Home and is a member of the Texas Funeral Directors Association. Whereas since 1999, Rick Brown Family Funeral Home has been serving the city of Mission as well as surrounding cities, making a well-known impression in our community. Whereas Tim was named Mission Man of the Year in 2012 and Young Funeral Professional of the Year in 2015, and currently serves on the Mission Ambulance Advisory Board, McAllen Mayor's Prayer Luncheon Committee, and the Vanguard Academy Charter School Board of Trustees. Whereas he previously served on the Mission Boys and Girls Club Advisory Board, Mission Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and the Mission Regional Medical Center Board of Directors. Now therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Mission, do hereby congratulate Timothy Brown for his outstanding service to our community and for his recent appointment to the Texas Funeral Commission, proclaimed on this the 24th day of May, 2021.
Move for approval, Mayor.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second? We have a second. In this, I open it for final discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Proclamation is passed 5-0 with honor and pride.
Mayor, I don't know if I'm supposed to say something now or
You
not.
can.
It's your floor.
Okay. well, I'm
Okay,
gonna
whenever
say-
you wanna
I'm gonna
say-
say something. Y'all knew my dad, you knew it.
Yes.
It's a long history that when you have a chance to say something, you do in the Brown family.
Yes. Go ahead.
But I'm grateful for this opportunity to represent Mission, to represent the valley, and to represent not only funeral service, but also God. I plan to do my very best to make this community proud. It's been something I've always wanted to do, is make this community proud. I'm going to continue to strive in that direction. But thank you for your support, and I appreciate this today.
Good.
At this time, I guess, Judge, I'm new to this, so
Yes.
we're going to figure it out.
Judge Peña, and you have the floor, sir. You have all the families come up to
In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas,
In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas,
I, Timothy Brown,
I, Timothy Brown,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office of
of the office of
Texas Funeral Service Commissioner
Texas Funeral Service Committee
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and I will to the best of my ability,
and I will, to the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve, protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
now that you're
Can do without mask. Judge Peña has his.
Thank you, counsel.
Commissioner, you can't leave without saying a word. Now you're a commissioner, the official commissioner. Now you get
Now I get to say it.
now you get to say it.
Thank you all. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you later, Commissioner Brown. Thank you, Commissioner Brown, and at this time, I'll call for item number 4, and Ms. Enriquez, you have the floor, ma'am.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. So this week, the Mission Prosperity Ventures Scholarship Committee will be reviewing our applicants. We received about 35 applicants, both from the Mission CISD and Sherryland ISD Foundation. We will be making, the committee will be making scholarship awards by this Friday. So the students that will be awarded a Mission Prosperity Ventures scholarships will be notified this Friday to help for their studies, their educational studies. This Friday, we will be having a groundbreaking event for the Cano family as an expansion project. It was postponed from last 2 weeks ago, so it's gonna resume this Friday. So that will be at the Cano and Sense trucking headquarters. This Wednesday, our mastermind series continues. We will be interviewing the owner of Suerte Bar and Grill, so be sure to join us on Facebook Live this Wednesday. This week, we are finalizing our membership challenge. So our board of directors is and the chamber team, we're doing something really fun with the community. We are gonna challenge our current members to recruit or bring in a new member to the Mission Chamber of Commerce. And if and when they do, we will be donating a botana lunch for their office. So be on the lookout, bring us some members, and then you'll be getting some lunch on us. And who's hiring? We have a who's hiring effort. We're helping our businesses promote their job vacancies. As part of the member benefits, our members do have the option to promote their job postings with us. So anyone interested in knowing and learning more about job postings in the community, be sure to visit missionchamber.com. In the tourism world, we are working on an updated city map for the city of Mission. So we're really excited about that one. We're talking with a couple of companies that gave us samples already. So I know that the last one we've had been a few years back. So we're getting a new one this time. And this way we can invite our office of friends to come and get one from us as well. And we also we're rolling out the Mission Event Center Discover Mission video. We're promoting our event center. That will be rolling out this evening. So be sure to visit our Discover Mission website to take a look at our Discover Mission video on Mission Event Center. And please be sure to share with your friends. And that is all I have for this evening, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions by any of the council members?
No, thank you.
No questions?
Thank
No
you.
questions.
Thank you, Ms. Tata. Thank you, Ms. Enriquez. And I'll call for item number 5. Council, you have in your packet the departmental reports. If Mr. Perez is here to answer any questions, if you have any questions.
Mayor, I move for approval as presented.
We have a motion to approve as presented. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries and departmental reports are approved 5-0. And I'm going to call for citizen participation. Number 6, Ms. Carrillo, do we have anybody?
Yes, Mayor, we have Mr. Juan Arevalo, who would like to speak on item 23 of the agenda.
Mr. Revalo, please state your name and your address for the record, and you have 3 minutes, sir. And that would be item 23, am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Juan Arevalo, and my address is 4004 San Clemente in Mission. So pretty much, I mean, I saw that you have an item there for recommendation for approval by city manager and staff, and it has to do regarding the rental of the indoor facility. Now, I do have a concern regarding the rentals. As many of you know, I do rent on and off for tournaments with the community. And volleyball tournaments are not as popular as your baseball or football tournaments, but they're still needed in our community. In fact, this week, my daughter's going to be going to McAllen because there's nothing available here in Mission. So one of the things that I've done with the local schools, I've done with the local community in the area, or some of them, they want to come from the outside, I would allow them to come in and I would rent the facility and run a tournament. Now, the prices that we've had, as many of you know, I served as the director there before, and we had a set price, and it was at $250, right? And there was a lot of little things, if you're a nonprofit, if you're a for-profit, and so forth. But I think it's been a bit unfair. I've tried to rent the gyms. I've been told that, that they're not available, but then there's some lucha libre at the Parks and Recreation. There's been a softball tournament. There's been camps, and I was never able to rent the gym. So I felt that that I had to speak up in regards to this. Now the prices are going to $700 from $250 on the main gyms, which is the one on Conway, and then the other smaller gyms are going to $500. So my concern is the pricing. What is the reason behind the increase on the price? Is there a justification of? I mean, the gyms have been closed pretty much for the last year and so forth because of COVID. So I understand that they're not available, right? And we don't want to put none of our kids or our community through a health issue. So I talked to city manager on Saturday. He said, we're going to work with you. We're going to rent them out. It's going to go up for approval. But then I see the prices, and they doubled, right? So my question is, why are they increasing the price so much? Is it so I don't rent them? Is it because they don't want people in the Mission getting involved? A lot of teams are going to Palmview, Mission, Alton, or McAllen because there's nothing in this area. Now I want to bring that because, as you know, I love to do tournaments or leagues. But with this price, it's going to be hard for me to even try renting a facility. And I do them like once or twice a month. I don't do them a lot. It's just a Saturday. I normally do them from 9 to like 3 or 4 p.m. I don't do all day. So that is my concern. I hope that that you guys can consider not increasing the price, that won't take the recommendation to increase. I don't think I don't think the city's in a place where they need more funding. I think we need more activity. So thank you for taking the time. I hope that you all would consider going back to the regular price. Hello?
I can't hear anyone at the city.
Yes, it looks like they're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can hear you, ma'am. This is David Flores.
Okay. They asked me to unmute, but I can't hear the mayor.
I can hear you, ma'am.
It looks like we lost them.
Yeah, I think we did. Because the recording stopped even.
Oh, that's right. Hold on, let me find out what's going on. No, we lost everything. Yeah, we lost everything. So I don't know where we lost everything. Everyone's still on, so the citizens that are on Zoom. Yeah. Yeah, we lost everything. The recording stopped and everything stopped. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We have some technical difficulties. We're working on it. So just go ahead and just hang on, and we'll be with you shortly.
David?
Yes.
Can you say, see if they can hear you?
Yep. Mayor, can you hear me? Anna, can you hear me? Yeah, I don't know if they can hear me because I can't hear them. Randy, can you hear me? Mayor, Randy, Anna, can you hear me? Yeah, we can't.
I think they continue with the meeting because the translator is still.
Yeah, Mr. Plata, yeah, but we can't hear them. If they can hear us, we can't hear them.
Who handles that?
They're
So-
working on it.
so
We've got the media team
The
working
system
on it.
reset themselves.
Okay. We
Mr.
can hear
Plata,
you.
can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
you.
I can
Randy.
hear you, Mayor.
Oh, now they can hear.
Mr. Plata, I just want to let you know that we have put the business on standby till we get the audio taken care of.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Flores, can you hear me?
Yes, Mayor. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, let's see if we can get Ms.
Miss Karen Pruitt?
Ms. Pruitt,
Yes.
please state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Karen Pruitt. I live at 2101 Mauve Drive in Mission. And I just wanted to take the time today to recognize the City of Mission and their workers that have worked on the Lakeview Road in Meadow Creek here, because they have done an excellent job. They have worked on it for over a month. And it was tore up during that time and we were all worried about it, but they did a lot of groundwork, and that final product is a very, very excellent road that we have here at Meadow Creek that is much improved. And I know that that was an issue that I had brought before this council in January. And I just wanted to recognize that issue has been taken care of. And I wanted to commend the workers as well as the planning to go ahead and get that completed. And then the only other thing that I'd like to just update from last meeting, there were items numbers 26, 27, 28, and 29 were tabled, and I have not heard anything from the applicant, and I don't see that the applicant is on as well. I know that it's not a public hearing, so I wanted to go ahead and just let you know that I still have not heard anything about the plans on those items. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Do we have anybody else, Ms.?
No, Mayor.
Mayor, do you want to recall Mr. Arevalo for his board
Yes,
presentation?
Mr. Arevalo, you, can you hear me, sir? Is he on?
Yeah, he's on.
Mr. Arevalo, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Mr.
me?
Arevalo, I apologize because the last minute of your comments was not heard because we had technical difficulties, but we have corrected that difficulty. So you have 1 minute for you to please let us know your last comments for the last minute of your presentation, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mayor. No, pretty much what I want to see, and I would like to for the council and the mayor to consider is not to increase
or double the price of the rental. And not just only for private players, and there's a lot of fundraisers that go on in the city. There's a lot of involvement, unfortunately, because of COVID. We can't use the gyms, but now that we're coming back into some sort of normality, I would like to speak on behalf of myself and also on the people that join with the city to allow us to continue renting, but at the regular price, right? I think 500 on one gym and 700 on another one is a little bit too high. And there's really no reason, I think, that the city needs an extra $200 to charge, people. So that's all I got, Mayor. I hope you guys can consider not increasing the price on the rental of the gyms. And that's pretty much what I have.
Thank you, Mr. Arevalo.
Thanks, sir.
Any other citizens' participation before I move to another agenda item, ma'am? Mr. Carrillo?
No, I don't see anybody online.
Anybody flagged or raised their hands by electronics? Okay, I'm going to close the citizens' participation and go to planning and zoning recommendations. Call for item number 7. Ms. De Luna, you have the floor, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Item number 7 is discussion and action to amend the noise ordinance, and if the council is inclined to approve, an adoption of an ordinance will be needed. After considering several decibels, we made some recommendations to the board, and after the consensus after the meeting, we met with Joey Mata with Melhart Music, visited different sites and considered the concerns from the residents, from the businesses. And we came to the agreement. We took the council's direction as far as setting the decibel to 65 decibel day and night. Also to the construction, to start the construction for non-resident, for residential areas to be from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and where commercial and industrial, where they're not abutting any home, to be from 4 to 6 p.m. Those are more of the most recent changes that we did to an ordinance. Today, we can either look at considering what we amend the changes that we did. We can either act on it, or we can revisit these ordinances.
I believe we're gonna have a meeting, right, Mayor?
We're planning on a workshop for Thursday, but I wanted to present something for you before we had that workshop in case you wanted to. The planning and zoning has already acted on this.
Okay, Mayor, I have a question.
Okay.
I know I already spoke before asking, but I recall that day when we all came to listen outside. When we came back in, I had kind of mentioned, because we do have in every area at least a resident or two that complain about the noise ordinance. So I suggested that somebody from staff or one of us, all of us, go and kind of check it out to see exactly what it is. Because I too get phone calls from those residents where sometimes, depending on, even though the business owners say that they have their own decimal setting, sometimes it's a little higher than normal. And I'm not sure, the chief is here, if we could ask him if he's still getting called at those various businesses. I would like for us to do our due diligence before we set up an actual number and really go visit and address the concerns that our residents are saying.
We did, if I may, we did go on April 26th. I had a engineering specialist from Melhart, Alex, myself, and the engineer went to Suerte, Brickfire Pizza, and Whistling Duck, which were the most that we got concerns. And we actually went to the sites where the people were complaining for. And we took the decibel reader, and in all of those areas, we could hardly hear anything. It was less than 60.
Okay.
We were actually more concerned of the people that live immediately, but the concerns that we're getting are people that live either 500 or 800 feet away from the actual location.
For some of them even 1,000 feet. Am I correct?
Some are even more. I don't know if
the chief, you want
might
to come
have
up and then
Yes.
see if
Okay, thank you
any
for that,
other
Susan.
council members want to comment. Go ahead, Chief. You have
Good
the floor.
afternoon, Mayor, City Council. As far as complaints, we still receive complaints. Spoggy's Ice House, 0 complaints.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
At this time. Obviously, we had a complaint the night the La Mafia was supposed to be here, and it was Jaime Los Chamacos, I believe. And the owner was cited for loud music on that particular situation. We have nothing over there at La Suerte bar. We haven't received any complaints over there. I did talk to the main person complaining on the Suerte bar. He has since moved away from that area, and he was the one calling all the time. Now, he lived right behind it. Now he's moved to the other side of the park, same park, Twin Lakes RV Park, but now he lives right off of Glasscock. And I talked to him about 3-4 weeks ago, and he really doesn't have any more complaints on that. His complaint now is barking dogs off of Glasscock. But that's kind of the situation we have with loud music. I mean, we still have loud music, different areas of the city. These Airbnbs, unfortunately, are starting to pick up again. With COVID-19, those kind of went away for a while. But we've had some on the northwest side of town, off of Inspiration Road between 2 Mile Line and 3 Mile Line. It's a particular home. And the one in Plantation, we haven't had anything recently off of Los Indios Road. But unfortunately, we still do have concerns with loud music. The community continues to grow. The number of festivities, here comes graduation season for both Sharyland and Mission. You'll have parties and so forth. So I figured that this week, actually, the schools in Sharyland graduate, and I think it's the following week, Mission schools. So I'm pretty sure we'll get, some calls regarding that. But really, we do have loud music calls, but not in a large capacity or volume.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Any of the council members want to comment? My deal before the council comments is that since we're going to have a workshop, I would recommend that we table it, and let's have the workshop. So in case we need to adjust or rechange the ordinance or change numbers or whatever, we do it after the workshop. Unless the council has a different perspective.
Well, I appreciate and respect their due diligence and actually going through with what we recommended last time. And so I think it's important for us to probably do something now so that Chief and his staff can have something for those festivities that are coming up before Thursday, if they have. Because right now, what is it, Susie? What's the number?
No, currently we don't
Nothing.
have, there's no decibel reader. Currently if it bothers, if it's a concern, they can call and complain.
It's officer discretion, am I correct?
It's up to the discretion. Now,
Officer
if we said it was to 65, day or night.
That's going to be your recommendation?
That is what the council's recommendation was. when we had
55,
that.
55 day or night,
Day or night,
commercial or residential?
commercial or residential, 65.
Sure. Are you recommending that?
That is what the council's direction
No, what
was.
is your recommendation?
We were recommending actually a little bit higher. It was 65 to 70 during the day and 75, or actually no, 70 to 75 during the day and 65 to 60 during the night. But then when we had that workshop and we had the different, we all said 65. So that would be the recommendation, no more than 65.
65.
And even when we
Well,
actually.
when did it change to 55 day or night? I don't
No,
know.
we don't have 55.
It's 65. I think.
65.
Yeah, she
65.
said-
I'm hearing 55.
No,
65.
In the bullets.
I'm sorry, it's 65.
And that was still pretty loud, right, Susie?
It
65 was.
And actually, even the business owners that were here were actually saying that they wouldn't even go over 60. When we went out there, the specialist, he marked everything no more than 65. 65 was the loudest that we would hear. And it
When
was-
you took them from Melhart's.
Please
Yes.
clarify for the public
It's-
that 65 is for the commercial area.
No, it's.
Now it's everything.
Residential and commercial.
So why is it in our bulletin here
it's different.
That was the previous information that we were recommending originally. But when we had that workshop, the consensus was 65, no more than 65, and it was residential and commercial.
I think that being said, I think we should wait until after Thursday to
Well, that's what I, you know, I mean.
Get
what's
it
the
written
purpose
right.
of having a
Yeah.
workshop?
We can, this was just to show you what
Yeah.
we came up. We
Yeah.
can take no action if the council is, and then wait till Thursday.
okay.
Yes, or table.
And yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still kind of thinking that we should have a difference between day or night or, I mean, that's just my thought right now.
Well, I
I might
guess-
change my mind on Thursday.
The only city that actually has a decibel is Edinburgh, and it's 65. Other than the other cities
And
don't have.
65 day and night, and commercial and residential.
It's all
They
the
just have
same.
65.
Across the board.
Okay.
Susie, I'm curious, when they have those concerts here at the food park, how loud is it?
It's actually more than 65, but then we measure from here, it's actually 85, or, it all depends on the type of music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I rolled down my window to just see, because we get a lot of complaints, and I was on Walmart and I could hear the music perfectly. So it wouldn't be 65,
It would be higher than that.
higher.
And you measure
Usually
from
when
the
they
edge
have
of the
live
complaint.
bands, it's when it tends to be
Oh, you measure
higher.
from the address of the complainant.
Yes, we have to measure from the address where they're complaining.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it on Thursday, I guess.
No action?
You want no action, or do you want a table?
Table, I moved to table, Mayor, I'm
Well,
sorry.
We have a motion to table. Do I hear a
Second.
second? Second, in this final discussion, Mr. Plata, you have anything to add?
No, Mayor, that's fine.
Thank you, Mr. Plata. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This item is tabled 5-0, and I'll call for item number 8. Ms. Longoria, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council again. Item 8 is the proposed annual action plan fiscal year 2021-22. This is a public hearing to solicit comments on the proposed annual action plan 21-22 for the Community Development Block Grant Program. The annual action plan describes the proposed activities recommended by the Citizens Advisory Committee on May 11, 2021. The 2021 CDBG allocation is $1,007,357, and the activities include Amigos del Valle, $24,500, Easter Seals Rio Grande Valley, $4,000, Hope Medical Services, $4,000, Children's Advocacy Center, $10,000, Silver Ribbon, $3,000, Housing Administration, $93,395, LRGVDC Area Agency on Aging, $6,000, Camp University, $4,300, Comfort House, $4,500, Casa Vidal County, $3,000, Housing Assistance Program, $686,000, Program Administration, $164,662. This is a public hearing. The 30-day comment period ends on June 14, 2021.
This is a public hearing. Anybody in favor or against the proposed annual action plan for fiscal year 2021-2022? If you're in the audience, please approach the podium to provide our feedback. I do not see anybody approaching from the audience. Therefore, I'm going to ask for, is there anybody in electronics? We have nobody in electronic at this time. We're not taking any action on item number 8, but we're closing the public hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Longoria. Moving to consent agenda, all consent agenda items are considered routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member requests an item to be removed and considered separately. The city council may take various actions, including but not limited to rescheduling an item in its entirety for a future date or time. The city council may elect to go into executive session on any item, whether or not such item is posted as an executive session item at any time during the meeting when authorized by the provision of the Open Meeting Act. Consent agenda item number 9, consent agenda item number 10, consent agenda item number 11 with resolution number 1733, Consent agenda item 12, consent agenda item number 13, consent agenda item number 14 with resolution number 1734, consent agenda item number 15, consent agenda item number 16, and consent agenda item number 17. Council, you have the floor.
Mayor, I move for approval.
We have a motion to approve the consent agenda items. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. And this I open it for any final discussion for any of the council members to pull any of the consent agenda items out. If not, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries a 5-0 vote for consent agenda item 9, 10, 11 with resolution number 1733, 12, 13, 14 with resolution number 1734, 15, 16, and 17. I move to approvals and authorization. And Chief Dominguez, you have the floor.
Mayor, City Council, item number 18 is approval of an ordinance providing for a four-way stop intersection at Luxembourg Road and School Lane. We've received several complaints regarding that particular intersection, especially the homeowner on the northwest side of the intersection. Traffic Safety Committee met on the 18th of this month to review the concerns, and they approved for the placing of a four-way stop intersection. We've had some accidents there at that location. You have the addition of those apartments that are coming up just to the south of it, between School Lane and Business 83. And of course, the concern more than anything is the traffic going east and west. It's picking up speed, especially in and around that area. So therefore, the request for this four-way stop intersection. The item is now before you.
I move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. And this I open up for final discussion by any of the council members. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries and ordinance 5025. 5025 is assigned to item number 18, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor.
And we have called for item number 19. Mr. Terrazas, you have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. I come before you to present item 19, authorization to award contract for Strickland roof repairs via Choice Partners Cooperative Contract Number 17-038CG02. The City of Mission received a via bid Choice Partners Cooperative Contract from American Contracting USA. The cost of roof repairs is $35,000, which entails a complete tear-off and installation of approximately 2,000 square feet. Staff and City Manager recommends approval.
I move for approval.
We have a motion on the floor to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 19 is approved 5-0.
Thank you.
And calling for item number 20, and Ms. Munguia, you have the floor, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Item number 20 is the authorization to execute first one-year renewal option for third-party administrator. In 2020, the City of Mission entered into a contractual agreement with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas for third-party administrator, PPO network, and pharmacy benefit management. The terms for this contract were for 1 year with 2 one-year renewal options. Our insurance committee, staff, and city manager recommend approval to execute our first one-year renewal. This item is now before you.
Mayor, I move for approval.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second, and this I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 20 is passed by 5-0 vote.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Munguia. Number 21, Mr. Terrazas, you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. The authorization to award bids for the purchase of ready-mix concrete for the Public Works and Parks Recreation Department. The City of Mission accepted an open one bid response for the purchase of ready-mix concrete Staff recommended awarding bid to Kappa Magic Valley Concrete, who was the sole responsible bidder, meeting all specifications with a bid at $110 per cubic yard. Orders will be placed on as needed basis throughout the one-year base term. Staff and city manager recommends approval.
Mayor, I move for approval.
We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. In this, I open it for discussion.
Mayor, I have a
Go
question.
ahead.
Hi, Mr. Terrazas, how are
Hello,
you?
ma'am. How you doing?
Since there was no other open bids, usually what it would be, is that a comparable price, the 110?
Yes, and currently we're paying them, actually, we have a contract with them right now, existing, which we're paying 105.
Okay,
I mean, due to all this increase in materials.
yeah, all the products have been
Yes.
increasing.
So we think
Yes.
that $110 is reasonable.
It's very
Okay.
reasonable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 21 is approved by vote. And calling for item number 22. Garcia, you have the floor, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Cesar Garcia. I will be presenting for Angie Vela the approval of budget amendments for MDC fund. I'm just waiting for the,
Not a problem. You just take your time.
okay. The first amendment for the MDC fund is in the facilities department for $30,000 in expenditures to allocate funding for services, repair, and improvements to food truck area based on estimated collection of rental revenue in the current fiscal year. The second amendment for the MDC fund is in the EDA grant for $3,750,000 in revenues and expenditures for the allocation of funds from the Economic Development Administration for the Economic Adjustment Assistance Grant Water and Sewer Repair Project. MDC Board approved this item on May 18th, 2021. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
Mayor, I move for approval.
We have a motion for approval. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. In this, I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 22 is approved 5-0. And calling for item number 23. Mr. Venecia, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Up before you is agenda item 23, approval of updated indoor facility rental agreement. We are proposing $700 per day for 2 courts, $500 per day for 1 court. The rental period is 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Facility rental for tournament play only, no league play. Facility rental is limited to weekends and 1 month per organization, 1 rental per month per organization. The organization must have proof of liability insurance. COVID-19 guidelines will be strictly followed or the contract is subject to termination. Staff and city manager recommend approval.
In this, I open it for council.
Mayor, I move for approval, but I have a question for Mr. Venecia.
Okay,
ma'am.
we have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. Ms. Ortega, you have the floor.
Mr. Venecia, I know that you probably did your due diligence, but I just want for you to answer some of my questions so that the public can know. In respect to asking other municipalities for the same of what they do in their cities, and then also why the increase of what we used to have to now, why did this take place?
We reached out to local communities or local organizations. We're right, Palm Beach charges $400. Edinburgh and FAR do not rent their gyms. McAllen is at $700 as well. And, we feel our amenities are just as good as McAllen. So, we know that a lot of these rentals are for profit. So it's, we do spend more time on staff and other things that we provide. So, we felt that the increase was valid and justified.
Also, from the office of the mayor, I want to make sure that our Boys and Girls Club are not affected by
Right.
these rentals, because those gyms were designed and built for our children,
Yes, sir.
and our Boys and Girls Club will come first. Unless there's
Absolutely.
openings, at the last resort, then you put them up for rental. But please don't stifle any innovations. Let the public know about the robotic program that
Yes, sir.
that was competitive there. at your place, and we're looking for more innovation to keep our children off the street and be active in productive through arts, craft, and playing with you all. So I just want to make sure that the message is clear out there to the community and whoever does the rental part, that the Mission Boys and Girls Club priority and goals come first.
Absolutely, sir. That's our goal, is to run our own tournaments. We've frankly priced ourselves out of our lower income area kids, and our goal is to provide low cost or no cost programs to them so we can get our numbers back up and provide the services that our kids deserve. So that's our plan.
I guess, Mayor, I have a second question, but this would be to Mr. Perez. In the years past before COVID, when we did have, we would charge people if they wanted to come use our gyms. How often was it? How much did we make anything? And then I'm kind of curious of those two cities that decided not to rent them at all. Is that something maybe we can look into, or what is your recommendation about that?
Yeah, so the previous, it was more of a corporate rental, and that was at about $400. We did have different tiers that we would rent them for. However, the majority of them were at the corporate rate where they would do rent tournaments. Now, I have talked to Rick and staff regarding where we make it available. If it's available, it can be rented. He's recommending once a month. I think that's fair. However, we want to make sure that we grow our programs to include our own tournaments, and those tournaments would more than likely be utilized on the weekends. And so our programs are priority. And so at that point, we would, the availability will be based on our schedule, not necessarily anyone else.
Okay. And I want to make it a point that in the points that you made, you said that one rental per month per organization.
Yes.
If you have 4 different organizations rented, then the Boys and Girls Club is not going to have the gym at all. So if you're going to consider rented only once a month to whichever, find out a fair and just lottery to get the organizations chosen, but at least not more than once a month, because I want for the Boys and Girls Club to come up with new innovative ideas, and make it enjoyable for our children so they can actively participate, and you can increase your membership.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Any other question by the council? Mr. Plata,
I have a quick question there.
Mr. Plata, you have the floor if you have a question.
No, well, I'm kind of like, you did check the prices with other municipalities, right, Mr. Vanessa?
Yes, sir. We sure did.
Yes, sir.
So, maybe people would not be interested in renting them out. So especially right now with the pandemic, maybe we should just don't rent them all. I don't know.
That'll alleviate any issues of anything, I think.
That can be added to the motion, but we have to amend the motion at this time. But before we do that, Mr. Plata, have you finished your points? Because
since there's a big increase in price, and maybe people would not be interested, and I think it'd be also a risk for our staff, and maybe we can just for 6 months or until the end of the year, and we can review it later on.
Revisit it.
Yes, we can. Any other, Mr. Plata?
No, man.
Thank you, Mr. Plata. Ms. Garza, you have the floor.
My question was, how many gyms are available for rental?
We've got our main unit has two gyms, and then we've got our Bandwidth and our CWB unit, which have 1 gym each.
Okay.
So it's 4 total. But like I said, it cuts down to 3 when you combine the main unit gyms.
And if I may, ma'am, so this past vaccination site, we went ahead and relocated the vaccination to CWV because of the numbers,
Right.
becoming a decrease. So that way we can alleviate the Mission Event Center. The county was very appreciative of us relocating, considering they were in agreement with the low numbers to utilize the Mission Event Center. So that the CWV gym might be utilized for any future vaccination clinics. So right now, it would be the main unit on Conway and the Banworth Gym. We also have, it's part of the Parks and Recreation, but we do have the gym here on Bryan as well that is utilized as well here by the Parks and Rec building.
Okay. So this pricing doesn't apply to the Parks and Rec, does it?
It would be, it's separate, however, this one is just one court. It's not two courts.
Okay,
Like the other two gyms. The other two gyms are two courts. This is just one.
I see.
Any other questions by the council? Are we going to amend the motion? If so, I will entertain a motion to amend the motion for no rentals.
I'm gonna rescind my second.
I'll rescind my,
You first?
yes.
Okay, and then because of the resentment, and then I'll open it for a motion at this time.
Mayor, at the moment, we're not renting those gyms, so you can take a no action if you like.
But we want to assure the public that we're not going to do it until COVID-19 is completely.
We are renting the gyms right now, right?
No.
Not the Boys and Girls Club.
Not the Boys and Girls Club. Do I hear a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
I'll second
Mr.
Mr.
Plata, you
Plata's.
have a motion and Ms. Ortega has second. In this, I open it for discussion.
Yes, clarification on the motion is to not
Not rent
the
at this time
facilities
until after COVID.
after
We'll bring
COVID,
it up.
Or, honestly,
We-
COVID's always
we-
gonna be around.
Yeah, we can,
Oh, it
we
is?
can review it in 6 months.
Review it in
In
6
6
months.
months.
At the end of the year,
January.
or at the end of the year, December. Let's just do that,
Yes.
December 31st or whatever.
Got it?
Yes, Mayor.
Are we okay, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any final questions? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 23 is approved 5-0 with the corrections and the new motion that we have.
Thank you.
Item number 24, Mr. Benson, you have the floor, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. I have before you item number 24, which is the approval of tennis court rental rates. After careful review and consideration with Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, a new rental rate fee has been proposed for the instructional use of all tennis courts at $20 per court for a half-day rental and $10 for additional courts, also at a half-day rental. It's also suggested that the instructor provide proof of liability insurance. At the Mission Tennis Center, Bedroll Park, for tournament play, rental has been adjusted to $500 per weekend for 16 courts and $250 per weekend for the use of 8 courts. Please note that for the Community Tennis Association, the rates have been adjusted to $300 per weekend for 16 courts with an agreement with elementary school level clinics and camps. Also with them, a proof of liability insurance will be required. Parks and Recreation Advisory Board recommends approval. Staff and city manager recommend approval as well.
Move for approval, Mayor.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. In this, I open it for discussion. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 24 is approved 5-0, Mr. Benson. And I'm calling for item number 25. Mr. Pettis, you have the floor, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Item 25 is the discussion possible actions on modifying COVID-19 City of Mission guidelines. If you all recall, the governor issued a new order on not for cities and school districts and to not require or mandate a mask covering from the executive order. At this point, we are going to be asking to highly encourage everyone to be wearing a face covering. However, we cannot mandate that
to include all our city facilities. We will be asking our employees to encourage to wear them. However, it will be voluntarily. We do have employees that are still not vaccinated because of their choice. And approximately, we're at about 23% of our employees that are not vaccinated. We have 77% of our employees that have been vaccinated. And we will continue to offer the vaccinations for our employees as we partner up with the county. So as the governor's order says, prohibits governmental entities and officials from mandating face covering or restricting activities in response to COVID-19. No governmental entity, including a county, city, school district, and public health authority, and no governmental official may require any person to wear a face covering or to mandate that another person wear a face covering. Failure to comply is an offense and punishable by fine up to $1,000. And so a couple things that I do want to just mention, considering that we are going into the summer programs. And so outdoor departments, outdoor activities, as far as, we do have our baseball, softball leagues that are out there. So those will be available and open. We do have indoor basketball league play at our Parks and Recreation, and then our swim. Because of the programs that are moving forward, we will be posting signs that would say encouraging everyone to wear a facial covering. However, it will be open to them at that point.
But you're not going to require like COVID-19 testing before they start the programs?
No, sir. What we will continue doing is we will be continually sanitizing our buildings as we currently are doing. We are currently sanitizing them daily, and we'll continue doing that. We will have our temperature monitor machines that will be taken, but we will not be screening the individuals coming in, aside from the temperature. But again, it will be at their choice as far as a face covering.
But all city facilities will be open
Yes.
following this?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Any other?
No, sir. Again, outdoor events, outdoor departments, those will be open. Currently, we're not allowing, for example, baseball, softball, we're not allowing the spectators to go in. And so at that point, we would open that up. And then also on the swim, we will be opening the doors at the natatorium to allow spectators there. We will be monitoring them as far as the capacity, so that way we can measure the amount of participation. With our Boys and Girls Club, we're starting our volleyball leagues inside. We do have ages from 5 and up, so we will be monitoring them, considering it is an indoor sports, to possibly limit the amount of participation coming in just because of the age groups.
I would also recommend for you to modify the protocols in the event that you do have a report of a COVID-19
Yes, sir.
Active case.
Yes.
The protocol be in place, so the way you did the chart at
Yes.
the onset and so forth.
Yes, we will remind the coaches, because of one player, it would affect the team if it is a positive and so forth. So we will remind them of that, so that way everyone can be cautious of that.
And of course, all city employees will have the option to wear a mask at their choice.
Yes, sir. We will be issuing out a memo first thing tomorrow to all employees with the new change. Yes, sir.
Any other? Mr. Pettis?
That's it, sir.
I will entertain a motion to approve Mr. Pettis's recommendations.
I'd like to approve it, Mayor, but I have a question for Mr. Pettis.
Let's get the motion in a second. Your motion's on the floor.
Second.
We have a second. We'll open it for discussion. Ms. Ortega, you have the floor.
Randy, remember last time you gave us a report of how many employees had been vaccinated? Is the number a lot higher?
Yes, ma'am. Well, previously I'd reported about 50 to 60. However, we're at 77%. So 23% of our employees have not been. That's roughly about 150 to 160 employees out of 730
Okay, great.
that have not. And we will continue educating them, and it's ultimately their choice to get vaccinated.
In our next clinic, it's gonna be when, do you know?
It has not been scheduled as of now, but we will notify everyone as soon as. And so one of the, as soon as we hear from the county as far as the clinics, we are sending out the information as soon as we have it, so that way we can get more participation, because it has been very, very low.
Any other question by the council? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Mr. Perez, item number 25 is approved by vote.
Thank you.
And I'm going to call for item number 26. I need a motion to untable.
Mayor, I'd like to take, not untable, items 26, 27, 28, and 29, because we still need to have a workshop on the,
We wanted to untable it and take no action.
okay. Can we just
Yeah.
not table it?
That's the plan.
Okay,
If you,
I didn't know
if you
that.
don't move from the table, it becomes a no action essentially.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You can take no action by not taking action.
Well,
Or you
even-
can untable it and take no action.
You repeat that, please.
If you choose not to move it from the table, it becomes a no action essentially.
Okay?
So we can just not untable them and it's no action, right?
Staff, what do you want?
Well, actually, this afternoon, I received a letter from the applicant. He's requesting that we untable the item and take no action, because he hired an engineer to prepare a feasibility study, to present the information that you're requesting, and it would take about 2 to 3 weeks to get that report ready on that property, on all 4 parcels.
So are you okay with us not taking
No
any
action.
action and leaving it on the table, and it'll die by legal
Yes.
aspects? Am I correct?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
That's correct.
So the applicant did listen to our recommendations.
Yes, they did.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Zeduna. Call for routine matters. City manager, you have some comments?
Yes, sir. I do want to make an announcement regarding our Memorial Day events. We do have 2 scheduled. Memorial Day, Monday, May the 31st at 8 a.m. at the Rio Grande Valley State Veteran Cemetery. That Memorial Day service will be starting at 8 a.m. at our Veteran Cemetery. And we do have also a afternoon Memorial Day program in partnership with the Ace Club at the Leo Peña Placita Park at 6 p.m. Also Monday, May the 31st. Inviting the public and everyone to attend. Thank you.
Any other?
That's
Piggybacking on you, and we need to let the public know that on Monday, we have a holiday. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. City offices will be closed on Monday. We will have staff available for any emergencies or calls that arise. So we do have staff on standby.
Yes. From the mayor's comment, I just want to thank all the staff members, every single one, all the 700 and something. How many employees do we have?
I'm sorry?
How many employees do we have?
But about 730 employees.
About 730 employees. I want to thank every single one of you for all the crises that we've had. And some of them have been doubled up in the same time, and COVID-19 is not gone. We, from the office of the mayor, we're going to encourage the use of masks as many times as you can, especially if you cannot socially distance yourself, and keep the regular hygiene that we always have followed before, continue it through it, and thank all the individuals that have been disinfecting and defogging and doing the extra work. Now it's going to become a regular work as the protocols as we move forward with COVID-19. I hear that they're other events happening in China, and don't be surprised the way that things have been happening with our weather and so forth, about us having different other new pandemics coming in, and this one I thought I can predict that I don't think it's ever going to go away. It's going to be part of our life, just like the flu is, and we just have to, thank God that we're still alive. Some of our citizens don't have that didn't have that chance, so, but without further ado, again, I want to thank every single city employee from the lowest ranking city employee to the highest ranking. Mr. Perez, you take the honor and the recognition on behalf of all the citizens of Mission. We want to thank you, and the brush trucks are moving, pero no damos abasto, because one thing after another happens, so, but the good thing about it that we're working diligently and letting the public know of our goals and of our objectives of what we have in the future. Now I'll call for Ms. Ortega, your comments, City Council.
No comments, Mayor.
Ms. Garza,
I have no comments, Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Plata,
No comments, Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Redla,
No comment.
Sir,
no comment.
I have one more, sir.
I will call back the routine matters for the city manager. You have the floor.
I'm sorry. I did want to mention that we are having staff travel to Austin on Thursday to attend the Texas Parks and Wildlife meeting. We're hoping that it gets approved. We did get, we're in the applications for funding from Texas Parks and Wildlife for a $1.5 million grant. It's a 50-50 match, so $750,000 from Parks and Wildlife and $750,000 from local funds. They will be there in attendance for the actual approval of the item on their agenda. And that would be Thursday morning.
Great job. Thank you.
Great.
Thank
Let's
you.
give a hand. Brad Ryder and all the staff that had provided input into it, thank you very much for that.
And that will be for Lions Park, all-inclusive park. And so that way we can schedule a groundbreaking after that, so that way we can include them as part of the presentation as well.
Good.
Thank you.
Great news. Things are happening in Mission. Without further ado, I will ask for a motion to go into executive session pursuant to VTCA Government Code Section 551.001. Do I hear a motion?
So moved, Mayor.
We have a
Second.
motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 5-0. Thank you, appreciate it. Do I hear a motion to reconvene?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a
Second.
second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. We're back in session. Mr. Martinez, you have the floor for 30A.
Yes, sir. That item requires a motion to approve Resolution 1735, authorizing condemnation proceedings on parcel 18 Taylor Road, Phase 2.
Do I hear a motion? We have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Resolution 1735 is approved 5-0. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have a motion to
Second.
adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and we're in adjournment. Oh.